and welcome to Add More Zest. It's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147. It is a warm day while I'm filming today, so do bear with me. It is hot. Us Brits are not used to it at all, but it is time to kit up my next and final main custom. So this is the one from Evermoment. I have saved this one till last on purpose, and the reason for that is I've always been impressed with the quality of Evermoment diamonds, and I didn't want the last one of these that I did, considering this is the fourth 40 by 50 that I'm doing. I didn't want the last one to be awful to work with, because I figured, and it is true, you know, that there is a certain amount of diamond painting of one image that you can do before it does start to get a little bit tiresome, and that's what's happening with me with this one. I am close to the finish now though, so I'm now close to the finish, and I'm working, you know, with a company that I like the quality of their diamonds. It is a lot more expensive than the others, or it was a lot more expensive than the others, but they are generally really nice to work with. So I'm hoping that that is what I need, an enjoyment of working with the product and the final push to get this one finished as soon as I can. I did really well with the Manhui Rachel one, or Rachel Manhui, whichever way. I did really well getting that one finished, and I did actually work on that one in sections going across and up, and it worked for me. So I think I might try and do the same with this one. I think I'm going to cut my cover paper or my top paper a little bit different, because this does come with paper already on it. And see, look, I've not got any lines or anything in the tape and the canvas because I've laid it flat. Yeah, I did with the Hom Thumb one, so go figure that out. How I end up with creases on one but not on the other. There is an ever so slight overlap, so I'm just trying to pull that out, because I think I'm going to do it the same as the last one. I'm going to do it at the bottom and work my way up. I kind of like that, but I do need to get my diamonds ready first. So I've cut, while we've been chatting, I've cut the inventory sheet so that I have it on a strip, and I'm going to pull this through my Xyron sticker maker. It was gifted to me by Brenda, if I remember rightly. I'm rubbish with names, but I do have it written down, and this tool is amazing. I now have a piece of paper turned into a sticker, which I can use for my pots. So I have a case which has 42 different pots. I was thinking about possibly using the Elizabeth Ward containers for this one, but I just settled on using sort of my go-to, pretty much one of my firm favourites. As you may have heard me say at the beginning of the video, it's warm today, and while I know exactly where my Elizabeth Ward storage is, there is also stuff in front of it, because we've had deliveries for the store. I've got unboxings I need to do for YouTube, and yeah, I just don't want to go there today. It's too warm. So I'm going to use a case that is handy and that works for me and that I am more than happy with using, and I'm going to label up my little bottles with my stickers I've just made, and then we'll see about getting some diamonds in it. I am sat down while doing this. I normally only sit down while filming when I do my weapon chats, And I tend to do a mixture of, I'll film stood up and I'll film sat down, because I am at my worktop is sort of kitchen worktop height. So I can either get away with, you know, sitting down as it's on like a mini bar stool, but it's not a full height bar stool. I can either get away with sitting on one of those or standing. So I'm not the tallest person in the world. And I can get away with either or. But for this kitting up, I thought it's going to be epic. And it's warm. So let's start off sitting down and see how we go. Plus, the day that I'm filming this, I have filmed quite a few other videos as well, which you will have all seen in the past week. This is me getting ahead. So this is scheduled, or this has come up on a Saturday. Quite often Saturday's video is filmed Saturday morning. But I decided, despite the heat, to try and get a little bit ahead so that if we want to go out and do anything on Saturday, I don't have to think I can't. Probably the warmest day of the year we've probably had so far, or close enough to the warmest day if it's not been the warmest. And I've decided to put myself in my craft room under my warm lights and film all day. But hey, I'm enjoying myself, so that's all good. So let's get these stickers on here. First colour I'm seeing is 310. It's been a while since I've actually unboxed this and done sort of the comparison. It's been a while since I last touched or messed about at all with any of the diamonds in this kit, so I can't remember. I know it is detailed on the legend, but I can't remember at all sort of quantities wise for each different colour. Can't even remember what the canvas looks like underneath. I just know that it's an Evermoment square. I don't know what their customs are like for people. I have had customs from Evermoment before, but it was either a cartoon image for my son's room, or it was a digital image for my niece that I did for my niece, and it was a digital image that I did for myself, a New York scene. So none of them have actually been photographs yet. So I don't know how good or bad they'll be. I just know that I'm going to enjoy the process. Because when I got a multi-panel from Evermoment as well, of a picture we took in Sydney. So in a way that was a custom. That's, you know, it's not a person, but it is a custom of a picture that I got from Evermoment in a multi-panel that's up in my conservatory. It's actually above my husband's desk. That was an absolute dream to work on. Also made easier by the fact that it was a multi-panel, but it does make me look forward to working on this one and hoping that the quality is the same throughout. Okay, stickers are done. I did notice Evermoment has a sort of slogan, which I don't know if was there before or whether I've just not seen it, but Evermoment, always worth your time, money and trust. I actually think that's a really nice little sentiment. Okay, diamonds are out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the big bags. Now, Evermoments don't tend to always come on one strip, so sometimes you do have to go hunting for the extras. I haven't got my tray that I normally sit them on. I normally use the big white tray. I'm going to see how I go. If I have to get it, I have to get it, but I'm also kind of feeling a little bit lazy because it's warm. So I'm going to see what I can get put in first off. So we're starting off with 939, which is the dark one. So far I've put one big bag in, and I can get away with 2 small, possibly a third, but I don't think I have one. 310, I can see a few separate packets. This is the thing, they're often, Evermoment have the packets separate. So I'm just doing a quick scan for a colour. If I can't see it, then I'm not going to fret about it, because eventually I'll find it. But I am cutting these bags singly because I can't be bothered getting my tray. Which probably defeats the object and will probably have me sat under the lights for longer. But it's all good. See, look, I knew that was going to come out because it was the wrong side of my scissors. Evermoment do tend to do by weight as well, I have found. So quite often I find that some bags have less diamonds in than others. Okay, go back to what I was doing, which was big bags. 840. Is that 840? No, that's 841. It's close though. I'm just looking for the shading of colour now. Now I know these aren't the same, but these are all the same sorts of shades. That's what I might do. Just pull all these lighter, well, mid-brown I'd say, all together. Okay, 840, that's the only one that I can see off the top of my head. So let's go with, off the top of my head, the only one I can see at the moment where I happen to be looking. So let's just go with it being the one. And if we find more later, we'll deal with it later. 842 while we're here. And let's get dealing with getting at least one big bag in. I don't think we'd get 2 big bags in because it does go more than halfway up the pot. So if you can see, it's gone more than halfway up the pot. So I wouldn't want to risk putting 2 big bags in. But we can hopefully get opened a big bag and some of the small ones. Should be able to get these 3 in. There's 2. I reckon it's the greens that are going to end up with the most left over. Okay, that's fitting. There's a lot of greenery around the background of this photo. 841. I'm seeing 1 bigger bag. I like these bigger bags though. Less cutting and messing about to get diamonds away. Okay, 862. While we're along this sort of brown colour line, which could be in the face or it could be in the bushes in the background. I've found the browns have crossed across the 2. It's either been face shading or in with the greenery. And then the likes of these blues are mainly her cardigan. Okay, so this one has 2 big bags. I do not agree that we're going to get 2 big bags in. So I'm going to put 1 in. Now quite often, normally, I would then, any extras, I would either put into another pot or put into some of the bags that hang off my book rings. But I'm going to wait and see how many I get with Evermoment because, as I say, I don't mind working with those big bags. It's limiting the amount of small bags that I have. That's my mission. Okay, 3839, which is a blue. Do I have any more? That's not it, that's it. So I do, I have 1 big bag and 2 small. helps if I'd taken the top off. I'll get the runaways in a minute. It's because I hadn't taken the top off the pot before I did it. Now you could lay out all your diamonds and organise them all into number order or diamond order. These are full of static. Just this little bag, the big bag was perfectly fine, but the little bag is having static issues. Let's hope this other one isn't. Yeah, you could organise them all and get them all laid out and grouped together. And to be honest, it probably would be a little bit easier in the fact that you'd know all the colours that you've got. But it also takes just as much time to not spend the time organising it, but spend the time opening up pots a second time because you missed it. So it swings and roundabouts. Okay, 632, and the rest of these are actually right here. I have 4. So I'm likely to get 3 of those in. So I am still going to stick with the big bag and then do 3 of the small, because that still only leaves me with 1 bag left over. I'm trying not to end up with more than 1 bag left over. If I do, I might have to think about how best to pack them up. Because quite often, even though I end up with a bag left over, so for example, I've got this 632 bag left over and this one, quite often with Evermoment, I don't end up touching them. It's very rare that I do. So the likes of this one here that I've just picked up, 935, there's 2 extra bags of this. So more than likely I will definitely cut into one of them. But it wouldn't surprise me if I don't cut into the next one. That's also 935. So we'll put the big one in and the 2 small ones. I will probably have to open one more of the big one. Oh, this is static. But I probably will not have to touch the other one because Evermoment do really give that many extras. Okay, this is the only thing that's going to cause a problem, is the static. No, I still haven't got any dryer sheets. Deal with that. I should maybe try and pick some up. Let's hope we don't have too many bags out of all of these that give static issues. We shall see. This one's going to. I can feel it already. As soon as I start to tip them out, I can tell whether they're going to give me static issues. Okay, let's do the last one and then let's mop up. Come on. Okay, I'm making a mess. But even though I haven't got my tray underneath, because I have got a white paper, which some people do say can affect the static. I don't find this affects it as much as the crinkle cover paper. Even though I don't have the tray, when you are messing with static, sometimes it is just easier to dab them up with your finger than to try and put them into a tray and then tip them in. Quite often they just don't like that. Okay, can't see any more of that. What's the next big one? 407. 407. Have we got any more of that? I'm not seeing a colour that's similar at the minute. So we'll put one over there. And get one all bagged up. Or no, I wouldn't fit a second one in there. I thought it was going to be borderline whether I would then. I'm going to turn these over. Here we go, 413. I haven't done that one. This one's quite a dark one. There is quite a few packets of dark stuff. Oh, that one's 413. Okay, I think we've got them all. This custom has got a lot of the bigger packets over the smaller ones. There's not many that are coming with both. Maybe it's just the nature of the size of it. I don't know. 317. I have 2 lots of this. There's quite a few greys in this. There's quite a few more greys than some of the other ones I've had, which is quite surprising. Let's give it a go, cutting 2 bags open at once, getting brave. Worked that time. I think I'll just gauge it according to how full the pots are. 3799, and I've got 3 loose. So we should be able to fit. So one of these bigger bags is roughly, and it can vary, especially Evermoment, they do tend to do a lot of it by weight. But one big bag tends to equal 5 smaller bags, which is another reason I know that primarily I'm not going to be able to fit 2 bags in, because I could potentially fit 4 small bags in on top of the big bag, but I wouldn't get a 5th one. Okay, 762. Can't find it for looking. And I have got some small ones to go with this. I've got a couple here. I'm quite excited to start this one. Next, 796. Okay, so there's 792. That's 792. What's that one? 796. Okay. Do have an extra bag for this one. We can get them all in. I am very surprised that these haven't started doing them fully by weight and not putting them in the little bags. But each to their own. So 3864. I've got a random diamond that could have come off the last painting. What colour are we on? Put it in that one? Yes. So I'll keep one big bag for later, and we'll put the big bag and the small bag in the pot. Must be in her face, this colour, to have so many. Has this one got 3865? It has, but not a lot. Quite a lot of the other paintings have done a big section of her face in a really pale colour. So it does make it surprising when you find that another company doesn't. It'll make it quite different. So 950. There are all the 3000s. That's the 700s. What's that one? 950. Okay. We're getting there. It might not look like it, but they're more spread out than they were before. Though it's still a long video, so I do still hope you're comfy. Okay, let's do some green. 905. Doesn't look like we have that one separate. That's a nice bright green as well. So let's put one for later. Come on, out you come. There we go. 905. Next big bag, 3770. I've got one more here. What are those? They're a different one. Okay, so we'll put one big bag for later, maybe. And then we'll get rid of 2 bags. The more bags we can open prior to doing the painting, the better. And I'm hoping that we end up with a load of just the big bags left, because they're a lot easier to manage. Okay, 798. Have we got any more? Oh, see, we have got more of this. So they look quite empty. So let's try for putting in one big bag, and let's see if we can get all 4 smaller bags in, because I'll be much happier if that's the case, because then I'm still only dealing with 1 lot of spares. I don't really want 2 bags of spares, but these bags aren't that full. They're not jam-packed like some of them can be. So hopefully they'll all fit. You're all crossing your fingers. It's going to be a squeeze, but I think it's a squeeze we can manage. It's one I'm going to go for. Oh yes, we're full to the tippy top, but we have got a big bag and 4 small, which means I'm only dealing with 1 extra. That's what I wanted. Okay, 890. Have we got any more 890s? Probably, because there are so many. Okay, those 2 are that. That's those. 890 here. Oh, we're going to play the same game. Let's play the same game, see if we can get 1 bag. Now these seem a little bit fuller. I'm hoping that they've just squeezed more air out of these. Let's see if they really are packaged with different amounts in according to the painting. See if we can squeeze all 4 of these in. I'm hoping. I can keep hoping that we can. We should be able to. Again, it's going to be a squeeze. Let's hope when I first start to do this colour, I have a big section of it, because then I can make the pot a little bit more manageable. I wouldn't like to only need a few and have to try and tip some back in. Okay, 520. So we did end up with 2 extra packets, but they are connected, which makes them not as awkward to deal with. And it tends to be how many packets and, you know, the volume of extras as to whether I will try and keep them in the storage case, i.e. in that top part, or whether I don't. Okay, 319. We're nearly there on the big bags. Doesn't look like there's going to be many colours that don't have a big bag. I feel like I'm running out of colours to put in pots anyway. We'll see if it happens. Okay, 938. What are these? Okay, they're 3371. They're 938. Oh, we can fit them in. Easy peasy. 2's a breeze now. It's 4 that's the problem. I must say though, because Evermoment put less, or it feels like less diamonds in the bags, it may be that the bags are slightly bigger. It's so much easier to get in. They don't try and squeeze as much air out as some companies do, which actually makes getting a pair of scissors to them really hard. of a moment allow you to cut into the bags quite nicely. It's the little things that make life a little bit easier and a little bit nicer. And I've already spotted a small bag that I missed earlier. I've spotted 319 down here and I've already put that colour away. But let's plod on. Okay, 797. Oh, we've got to push. Can we get them all in? Going on past history, I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say it's going to be a squeeze, but we're going to do it. It's amazing how much blue I have, considering I've got these three, that one, and then this one, all blues, and it is only a cardigan that has, it was a purple cardigan, but that has blues in it because of the lighting. And I have a spare bag over there, so it's amazing how many diamonds I've got. I feel like I've got too many diamonds for the size of the section. Ooh, that one was the tightest squeeze of them all. There is not much breathing room in that pot at all, but we're in. Okay, 3, 3, 6, 3. Do I have any extras? No, that's the one that I missed before. So big bags only, so we'll put them up in the spares. I'll probably just get a bag to corral them into, and just, in fact, I'll use this bag that the diamonds came out of originally. 951. Got one bag here. It's getting easier to spot any bags that I might need, because there's less to choose from. 951. My bin's getting quite full. I'll have to see if that'll last till the end. Next, 948. Got any extra? Oh, we got 4 bags with this, but as you can see, they are not quite as full, I don't think, as some of the others have been. We'll see how much of a tight squeeze it is. But they're definitely looking like there's less diamonds in these bags. Which definitely makes it easier to fold them into 2 and do them both at the same time. Oh, looks can be deceiving. I mean, it's not as close to full as 797 was, but it's still very full, considering those bags looked rather empty. Okay, 414. I thought we'd done that already then, but we haven't. So let's put one spare bag up there. 414 looks half empty, but we do have another full bag if and when we need it. 318 is the same. But this is the last of the big bags, so now we go on to the little bits / the bits that I've missed. Okay, so let's do what I missed. 319. I missed a little bag, so let's get those in. Bits of plastic, and then let's start from here. So 3865, we obviously don't have anywhere near as many. Actually, it says we need 342, which most of these bags will hold, these small bags hold approximately 200 diamonds. So I probably won't even need these 2. But they're going in. total these, I've got 4 bags, 3744. This is when it confuses me, when they send the bags all loose and not connected. It's like, do they not come on a strip? Like, is that not how you get them? Or is it just the way they like to package? I don't know. Maybe it makes it sit in the packaging nicer. Maybe it's just the way that the pickers like to pick the diamonds. Who knows? As long as they all arrive with me and there's enough for the painting, it all works out in the end. Now, if you're not concentrating on a diamond painting while watching this, I suppose you can have a little bit of, you know, what colours she's going to pick next. We've only got 4 colours left now. Play a little game of what colour's coming next. Or what colour's going to be the last one that she does. Keep it entertaining. Sometimes it's the small things. But nearly done. Once this is done, I will then get the canvas ready. And we are a huge step closer to the custom comparison being done. So I went for 758 next. Pop of Peach. These also are just all loose. Okay. Let's get them all. I've got more room now to sort of make a mess with the plastic before then picking it all up afterwards. I think my bin's going to hold out though, which is good. Then I'm going for 535 because I want to leave the pretty blue till last. See, all these are connected, but then all the others aren't. If anybody knows what goes on in the Evermoment Diamond Painting Factory, do let me know. Would be quite interesting to know how it's done. How things are packaged and come together. Nice to see all the diamonds lined up. I wonder if they ever have a sort of a big bag that everything then goes into, and whether you can actually see the diamond colours like a pretty row, like a rainbow. Though in DMC order, so probably not a rainbow. Be interesting. And last but by no means least, these bags seem a bit fuller. 3752. Don't seem to have a static problem with these either. I'm hoping we don't in one bag, considering I've said it now. But overall, there was only a couple of bags that we've had to deal with static on a painful scale. And the fact that they don't want to come out of the bags and stuff. But all done. Let's put scissors back over there for packing parcels. We move my chair. Stand up bit now. I'm going to put all these just into, this is the bag that I stored all the diamonds in originally. And then I'm going to slip that into there, which is the top section, and it will still all close. It will zip up as well, though I don't tend to zip them up when I've kitted them up. I tend to zip them up when they have no diamonds in. Might be weird to some, but it's the way I tend to work. The reason I put them in the bag is sometimes I will put this on the top of my little cart where I diamond paint, and it's not big enough to hold this up as well. It's only the size of this. So sometimes this hangs down, and if it gets knocked, I don't want individual bags of diamonds falling out. Quite often it will get stopped because of the size of the bag, but if it does come out, it comes out in one. And it's a lot easier to clean up, I tell you. Okay, so I am going to cut this canvas. Let's give my ceramic cutter a go, because my actual... I'm going to give this a go, and let's hope I don't cut through the canvas, because that could be devastating. Because my craft knife that I normally use is elsewhere, and I can't remember off the top of my head where. So I'm going to grab the longest ruler I've got. It's not quite long enough. But what I want to do is I want to actually cut it more this way. Let's see how this goes. Is that actually cutting? No. Oh, that's cutting. And it's not cutting across my ruler very well. Okay, so it doesn't like leaning against the ruler. It's not cut through the canvas though. And it's definitely not a straight line, and it's definitely not half and half. Because that's the line it's cut. Which means I've got a huge chunk and then a small chunk. So I'm just going to do this one by a very, very wonky... Okay, I'm not sure how much I like this cutter. The cutter itself works really well as a cutter. It cuts through the paper, or at least I thought it did. Oh no it has. No it hasn't. Oh, okay, maybe I don't like these. It has in places. In places it's cut through really well, and in other places it's not cut through very well at all. But actually directing it is not very easy. I've just ended up cutting very, very weird strips. Okay, not a fan of this. I think I'm just going to go back to my normal craft knife. But I did only want to cut roughly 4 sections, because what I'm going to do for this one, rather than having a set, you're doing, you know, this section and then this section, is I just want to be able to pull it back as far as suits. So I can see here that this is the cardigan. Then of course we've got the green, which is on a lot of this picture. And then we go into the face, and the neck is across here. So what I want to be able to do is, if I'm doing a chunk one evening, is allow myself to stop by the cardigan so that I'm getting all of that colour symbol done. Then I'll do it as a section of the face, and then I'll do another section of the cardigan. I might do half of that, so I may decide that actually that's too big, I'll do half, but then the next time I do it I'll do the rest, and try and get all of those sort of symbol colours to stop me going in and out of pots quite as often if I can help it. I can't help it with further up, but if I can try and limit how much I do it across, then I think that'll work well. Because the more I go on, the more familiar I'll get with symbols and where they are. So I can decide to pull across, and I may even just pull that over and leave it, because I'm concentrating on doing the green. And then when I'm done for the evening, I can just move it over, and if, you know, if I haven't done this section, at least it's covered up, and then I can always decide to chop it down. That's my thoughts with this one anyway. So I'm going to go with the wacky cutting. We'll see how it goes. But the canvas is ready. The diamonds are done. The race is on to get the customs finished. I hope you will hit subscribe and turn on the bell notifications, and then you will be able to see the custom reveal when it happens. But yeah, I'll get this done as quick as I can, and I'll see you all the other side with the customs. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.